Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got my October favorites for you today. So what I like to do in these videos is I go through and quickly mention my overall Friday favorites, and then I have other things to share with you. So this time I have a makeup favorite, a skincare favorite, some fashion things, and then of course books to chat with you guys about. So yeah, if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore, reviews, get ready with me's, empties, just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we are chatting about October favorites, so let's get to it. Okay, so for overall Friday favorites for eyes, I would say a couple of eyeshadow palettes. The iconic London, what is this called? The Booming and Gleaming eyeshadow palette. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love this so much. It's great quality. If you want to see swatches of these products, definitely check out the Friday favorites where I originally mentioned them, because I go into more detail about them, show you swatches, share more thoughts, all the things. And then, so I got that through BoxyCharm by Ipsy, and then in an Ipsy bag, I got this palette, which I love. This is the Lash Step Matte About You palette. If you're looking for a great matte, like everyday eyeshadow palette, this is great. Really good quality, very versatile, very buildable. So you can get like kind of a softer everyday sort of a look, but then it builds up on itself really easily, really nicely. And I love the colors in it, and I'm just impressed with it. I really like that palette. For blush, I would say overall the Laura Geller Wheel of Fortune collection blush palette. This is the Spin for the Win Face the Wheel blush palette. I love Laura Geller's whole line, but especially her blushes, her cheek products, bronzers, blushes, powders. I just love them. This is so good. It's very pigmented, but blendable, wears well, really smooth and pretty looking on the skin. They are just good. I would say this pinky shade, it's probably my favorite. I have this on today, layered over something, but it's so good. It's such a good formula, and this collection is so adorable. It's so fun. So yeah, I love that blush palette. For lips, I would have to say the Wet n Wild and Scooby-Doo collection lip balm stains. This one is Pupcakes, and it is a really beautiful kind of like purpley berry oxblood color, gorgeous. And then this one is Woofles. Yeah, Woofles. And this one is a really pretty like brownie sort of shade. These are good. You can either wear them just kind of as they look when you first apply them, more glossy, and then they sort of set down to be more of a satin finish as you wear them, or you can blot them and just have that great stain. They have a really nice even stain to them. I'm very impressed with the stain, and just the whole formula is just good. I really, really like this formula. Not to mention that the collection is adorable. And then also, quick little mention to I mentioned this in a Friday favorites too, so that's why it's a quick mention. The L'Oreal Infallible Grip Precision Felt Liquid Eyeliner in brown. I have this on today. I love this. Really, really love this. It's a great formula. It has a good applicator that's just bendy enough that makes it easy to work with and get a good wing. It doesn't run on my eyes. It wears really well. I really like a brown liquid liner. I'm liking that because it's a little bit softer than a black liquid liner, but it still gives that lift to my eyes, and it's not running as I'm applying it. It just wears really well. This is a great formula. It's got a little gripper on it too that makes it, I mean, I say gripper, but it's kind of smooth. But it feels nice when you're holding it and applying it. But honestly, where do I hold mine? I probably hold mine a little bit lower. But if you hold yours up closer like that, it's nice that it's there. That's just a little side tangent. Okay, a makeup-y favorite. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but in the brown shade. They sent this to me so sweetly. I love this packaging. It's beautiful. I don't have this on today because on camera, I prefer to wear black mascara just because the lights kind of wash things out. But I've been wearing this for like an everyday softer makeup look. And I have reels and TikToks where I'm using this so you can see it in action. Can't remember if maybe I've used it in a video. I don't know. Anyway, it's just really pretty. So it's just this gorgeous brown mascara. I mean, I love the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. That's what I have on my lashes, but just in black today. So you can kind of see how the formula looks. It gives volume, length, that Vavoom lash look, but the brown gives a softer look that still like accentuates and brings out the lashes, but it's just not as intense as a black mascara. So I really like it for an everyday weekend makeup look or something. I feel like it kind of brings out blue eyes. It's just really pretty. Like, it's a good mascara. It surprised me. When I first tried it, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, but I actually ended up really liking it. A skincare favorite, so I've mentioned on my channel many times that niacinamide is one of my favorite skincare ingredients to kind of incorporate into my skincare routine, and I love using it. I mean, it's nice to use it at nighttime too, because it's very kind of balancing to the skin, but I love it for under my makeup because of that balancing. I have very combo skin. I can get super oily in my T-zone, but my cheeks are not oily. I can just, and my skin is sort of different every day, like how oily it is that day, or just more normal, or even sometimes a little bit dry feeling on my cheeks. It has a mind of its own. It's different every day. So I like niacinamide that it's balancing. So I've used the Inky List niacinamide, and I really like that one, but I've decided to try the Good Molecules. This was literally like, I think $6. I got this off Amazon. And it's good. I really like this a lot. So I may purchase this next time. I like keep purchasing this one. I don't know. But this is the niacinamide serum. And it says 10% niacinamide to refine signs of texture and improve the appearance of pores. So it doesn't say anything about balancing. But I think that's what I've read before. Because the other one, the Inky List, says for like controlling shine and controlling oil, but I don't find it drying. So it's just this like really good ingredient, and it plays nice with, I think, most other skincare ingredients. So that's nice too. If you really get into more of a robust skincare routine and using different products, some things don't mix well together. So you kind of have to be aware of what works well together. Whereas niacinamide is one of those ingredients that seems to work with most other ingredients. So I like that about it too. But yeah, this has a good texture to it. It works well under my makeup. That's what it looks like. It's kind of, has a little bit of like, it's not super duper liquidy. Kind of liquidy, but not super liquidy. And yeah, I just do a dot, and then apply it to my skin. It really blends in nicely, and my makeup applies nicely on the days that I've been using this, and I've been using it really consistently and really liking it, and I love the price point. And it has cute like branding to it too, to the line. It's cute. Okay, I have some fashion things to mention to you, and I would say that these are like more fashion finds than favorites because I just got them recently. So these are from Target, and they are the Wild Fable brand, and they're high-rise flares. I love flares. I have loved flares for years. So I think it's funny, like, as trends like come and go, but I just feel like flares have always had that classic kind of 70s sort of look, and I just love it. My battery died, so I had to change that. But I was saying I've just loved flares for forever. So I'm always excited to find like another amazing pair of flares. So these are from the Wild Fable brand from Target, and they are adorable. And they're really affordable too. I think regular price, they were like $28, but then I got them during a sale, so they were like $22. So very affordable. I love the kind of light, almost acid wash, sort of a wash to them. And they're more of like, I like the shape of these because they have like a little, they don't go super skinny at the knees and then flare out. They have a little more of like a soft, almost in between a flare and a wide leg jean, because sometimes I don't like wide leg. I like more on the side of flare, but it's fun that it's kind of almost in between, if that makes sense. They're nice and soft. I would say Wild Fable runs a little bit small because they are more of a junior brand. So in these, most of it, like, my sizing is I'm usually somewhere between a 0 and a 1. These I got a 2, and I think they fit really nicely. And I am just under 5'6". I'm pretty much right at 5'6", and these are the 32-inch inseam, so they work well for me with flats. I wouldn't wear them with like heels or boots or something like that, but they work well with flats. And then a few pairs of boots. So I got these during a sale, so they were very affordable. I will say, as far as fashion goes, I mean, I always love thrifting, but I especially love it in the summertime because the main things that I love to look for at the thrift store are like dresses, which I wear a ton of in the summer, skirts, shirts, tank tops, So those things I wear more in the summer. So I thrift more in the summer, but I always love thrifting. But there's just certain things like pants and jeans, shoes. I really don't find a ton of those that work well for me at thrift stores. So I kind of have gotten in the habit of that I don't really usually even look for them when I go thrifting. It's more those other items. So anyway, that's why a lot of times I get those things like at regular stores. So some affordable boots. These are, what brand are these? They are Universal Thread. Now I will say in these, sizing for shoes with sandals, open-toed wedges, things like that, I wear a 5.5. My Freebirds that are open toe, I actually wear in a 5. That's kind of more rare. I'm usually a 5.5 in open-toed shoes, like specifically like wedges. Closed-toed shoes, sneakers, I usually wear a 6. Most of the time with boots, I wear a 6. But these, I got them in a 6.5. I could have done the 6, but 6.5 was a little bit more comfortable for me, especially if I wear them with a sock. So I got these in a 6.5. And they have this kind of slouchy sort of look to them. And I really like this color. It's like a kind of a taupey, but not super light. I will say the quality does not feel like the most incredible. I think this is, would you call this like a, is this called nubuck leather? I think it's like that man-made material. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like incredible, but for the price point, I'm happy with them. And I don't feel like I kind of have to like baby them necessarily because they weren't like a super investment. These are really cute. Now these, I was trying to look online. If I can find them online if they're in stock, I will link them for you. These are also Target. These are Universal Thread. These I got them in a 6. I didn't see them in a 6.5, but I possibly could have fit them in a 6.5. But like I said, I didn't see a pair to try them on, so I can't tell you fully. But the 6 does fit me. I'll just wear them with thinner socks, but very cute. And these fit my calves. I have pretty slender calves, so a lot of times boots, you know, just don't like fit my calves very well. And these fit them well. There's still a little bit of room, but not like a ton. And then the same boots in black. How cute, and like a white sort of stitching. Now these feel nice. These feel soft and like a nicer quality than that first pair I showed. But I like them all. I think they're really fun. Because like I said, I got them during a sale and I had like an additional coupon or something. Like, you know, Target will do spend this amount and you get $10 back in a gift card or whatever. So I had that kind of a thing going on. So yeah, if you're looking for some good affordable boots, they have some really cute ones. They have like some lower ones that aren't like, you know, knee-high boots, just all different kinds of styles that are super cute and affordable. And then I've got a ton of books to share with you guys. So quick little honorable mention to this one. My roommate is a vampire, so this one's about, he's a vampire and has been like, I don't want to give away the story, but basically not around for like 100 years. And so he doesn't know anything about like the world now and how to go to the store and use a credit card and things like that. So she becomes his roommate for a very affordable price, which she's like, why is it so cheap to live here? Anyway, it's cute. It's very cute. There is a spicy scene in here. Skip it. No. But other than that, like, I thought it was really cute. I thought it was funny, and that she's kind of trying to show him like, this is how you go to the store. And yeah, that's like a really old looking suit. And it's funny and lighthearted and kind of silly. And I read it super quickly. This is The Man of Shadow and Mist by Michelle Greet. She is a Christian author. So this has some faith in it. And this is sort of like, almost like I found this really interesting. It's sort of based on, Dracula or like a vampire sort of a story, but almost like people think he's a vampire and he's not. I mean, you get the idea even from the back. But there's some very interesting like historical notes at the back that I found it very interesting. It is a love story. It's sweet. There's faith in it. There's heart in it. I read her first book, which was Lost in Darkness. That one's a little more sad. It was still good. I like the romance in it, but it has kind of more of a sad story, and that one's sort of a spinoff of Frankenstein. So these have a very like gothic literature feel to them, which I really like, but it wasn't too dark. It was more just sort of, what is the word? Like superstitions. Yeah, there goes. Yep. superstition. She talks about that. So yeah, it has that kind of feel to it. But I really liked her writing style. She was easy to get into, and I feel like I connected with her writing style. So I will definitely read more from her. So I liked that a lot. I read Riley Sager, The Only One Left. This one, you've probably, if you watch book reviews, you've probably heard about this, but she gets a job as a caretaker for a woman who has a reputation that she's basically the only one left, that like her whole family was killed, and people just kind of assume that it was her, but couldn't really ever convict her or anything. So she just has lived alone on this, you know, at this creepy house for forever. And this girl who kind of has a story herself, you don't really know what it is, goes to be her caretaker. So it kind of goes from there. And then I don't want to really say anything else other than that. But I found it good. I think I gave it like 4 stars or so. It has, if you've read Lock Every Door from Riley Sager, it has a very similar feel to that. And there was some other book that it kind of made me think of. Oh, The Paris Apartment from Lucy Foley. So if you like those books and kind of like the piecing together things kind of feeling to it, I think you would like this book. I found it really interesting. And there's like a ton of twists at the end, like a lot of twists. And then continuing with fantasy reading, this came recommended to me, The Remnant Chronicles, and this was really good. This is a YA fantasy romance series, and I really liked it. It was very clean. I think there were like 2 closed door-ish, I think, scenes in the 3rd book. Very little, like hardly any cussing. It was very clean. It was a very clean series, so I loved that about it. So I got the UK covers because I think they're beautiful. The first one is The Kiss of Deception, the second one is The Heart of Betrayal, and the third one is The Beauty of Darkness. This one's my favorite, The Kiss of Deception, and because it's a series, I'm just going to tell you about this one because I don't want to ruin anything for you. Obviously, that would be spoilers. So the basic premise of this, she is supposed to go, she's a princess, she's supposed to go marry the prince from another kingdom. She doesn't want to, so she runs away and starts herself a new life. And she meets 2 mysterious and handsome strangers. One is the prince she was meant to marry, and one is an assassin sent to unalive her. So good. Really good. This one is definitely my favorite from the series. I loved the first one. I would say that this is pretty close to a perfect book in my eyes. I loved that book so much. The next one is The Heart of Betrayal. I really liked this one too. I think I gave this one maybe like a 4.5 stars, I would say. Third one, I still enjoyed it, but it's a really big book. This is like 670 pages or something. So it felt a little long to me. This one, I think gave it like 4 stars. I still enjoyed it. I wanted to know how the story wrapped up, but it didn't quite hook me as much as the first 2, especially the first one. But I still think it's a great series to read. And this is the series that comes before the Dance of Thieves duology, so I want to read those too. So these are by Mary A. Pearson. Another gothic feeling book is Capturing the Devil. This is from Carrie Maniscalco. So this is part of the Stalking the Jack the Ripper series. So I've read the first 2. I really liked the first one. The second one got a little bit too dark for me. I did not read the third one because I think it had like tarot cards and things like that, and that I didn't want to read. But also I heard that the romance kind of like took a weird spin, and that a lot of people didn't like the third book. So I just skipped it completely. And then I read, there's a little novella. I read that one on Kindle Unlimited. Loved that one. It was just a very short, cute read. And then this one is the 4th and last one. So if you have read any of these books and you like the romance in it between Audrey Rose and, I mean, I don't think it's giving it away because, I mean, it's really obvious, the main guy character in it. If you like the romance between the 2 of them, I think you will love this one because the romance is a huge part of this story. And in the reviews, people that didn't like it, they were saying it's like almost all romance and the mystery takes a back seat. It definitely does, but that's what I loved about it. It's very fun. This is a YA series. I don't think there's very much cussing in it. There are several closed door spicy scenes in this book. They're not overly descriptive, but they are in there. But I loved the romance between these 2. The mystery is good too. It gets pretty dark at the end, but I still just really enjoyed it. I mean, I liked how this wrapped up, and it was a good book. I liked it a lot. And I would say my top favorite books of the month, this one, The Kiss of Deception, and then these two. So I read the last one in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, so this one is As Good as Dead. People seem to love or hate this book, and I totally understand why, because it has a very different feel from the first two books in the series, especially the first one. It feels totally different. If you read more thrillers, action-packed thrillers, I think you'll really like this book. But if you like the more kind of lightness of a YA thriller and you liked how light the first book was, I think that's why people don't like this one, because it feels so different. I really liked both of them, but I like this one because it was so action-packed and I was like, what is going to happen? It really kept me on my toes, shocked me. I thought it was so good. But I mean, it does get kind of dark. So I mean, I understand, but I don't like super dark. It didn't go super duper dark, but definitely darker than the first one. But I thought it was really good. I read the little novella that technically like was published after the series, but it takes place like before. It's a little like they're kind of at a murder mystery dinner sort of thing. But it's like before all of the series happens. That was fine, but I didn't love that. I like the actual series, and this one's probably my favorite in the series. And then this book, oh my goodness, The 7-Year Slip from Ashley Poston. I loved this book. So this is kind of like a time travel sort of a magical realism book. So she has been willed her aunt's apartment, and her aunt always told her that the apartment was magical and it would either transport you 7 years into the past or into the future, and you didn't know when it was going to happen. And she was kind of like, yeah, okay. Well, then one day she's taking a nap on her couch after work, and somebody's tapping her on the shoulder, and it's a man in her apartment, and he's from 7 years in the past. And that's all I want to say, because the story goes from there, and it's just so good. I loved the connection in these characters. This main guy character like has such a sweet personality. I loved his personality, and the main girl is just sweet, and their connection is so good. I just loved this book. So yeah, definitely a standout favorite for the month. And it was relatively clean, like there was cussing in it, but it wasn't like every other word. It was kind of very spaced out. And there was, I think, like 1 to 2 spicy scenes, but they're towards the end of the book, and very sweet. I mean, they're in there, but not overly descriptive, more like heartfelt sort of spicy scenes. All right, you guys, so those are all my October favorites. So hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you were loving in October, either makeup, skincare, hair care, home, fashion, books, whatever. I would love to hear your favorites for the month. Let me know that down below. Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.